So you should have done this part already for lesson 7. The first slide is the title, Spaceship Earth, lesson 7, Solar System Gizmo. Slide 2 was the goal. I will list the planets in order from closest to the sun to farthest away. Classify the planets as rocky planets or gas planets. Classify means to kind of put them into groups of similarities. Observe the scale of the solar system. So whenever we're talking scale, because the solar system is so big, we can't use it the same size. But as we reduce it, we have to scale means to reduce everything the same amount. So if I reduce like a car to a 10th its size, I would have to reduce myself to a 10th its size. If I would be bigger than it. And usually we don't do that with the solar system because the sun is just so massively large that if we made it so we could see the sun as one thing, all the planets would be so tiny we couldn't see them. All right. Describe the shape of planetary orbits. What shape is the path they take around? Measure each planet's period of revolution. So how long it takes them to go around the sun. Compare the size of the planets to each other and the sun. Relate the presence of an atmosphere to the size of a planet. So see how those two things relate. The next slides are the vocabulary words. It says I should read through these now and come back to refer while doing the lesson. While I'm doing the lesson, if I don't know one of these words, I should come back and look at it. Atmosphere, the layers of gases surrounding a planet, moon, or sun. The visible part of the atmosphere of gas giants is considered part of the planet itself. Okay, so we have some gas giant planets, and that gas is considered the planet, not its atmosphere. Ellipse is a flattened circle. The orbits of all planets are in the shape of ellipses. These orbits are only slightly elliptical, so they appear to be circles to the naked eye. Many comets have orbits that are very elongated, okay? A perfect circle means there's a center point and every point around it is the exact same distance away. Elliptical means that some of the points are further than other points from the center point. Gas giant is a large planet composed mainly of gases. So the great big planets that are really mostly just gas. Slide 4 has gravity, the force of attraction between all objects in the universe. Gravity is only significant when one of the objects is very large, like the Earth. There is very, very little gravitational attraction between you and your couch, but there is some. Sometimes it seems like it's a lot, and it's hard to get out of my couch. Gravity causes planets to orbit the sun, the moon to orbit the Earth, and the objects to fall to the ground. Inner planets, any of the 4 planets closest to the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. The distinction between inner and outer is due to the very large gap between Mars' orbit and Jupiter's orbit. There's a big space between Mars and Jupiter. Well, bigger space even than there is between all the other planets. There is a large asteroid belt between the inner planets and the outer planets. Orbit, the path of one body around another body, such as the path of Earth around the sun. More vocabulary, slide 5. Outer planet, any of the 4 planets farthest from the sun, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Then Pluto used to be considered a planet, but now it's a planetoid because it isn't really big enough to be a planet. What is a planet? An object orbiting a star that is round, not itself a star, and large enough to have cleared the area around it of small objects. There are 8 known planets in our solar system: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. There are 3 dwarf planets in our solar system: Ceres, Pluto, and Eris. And there's Pluto, who used to be considered a planet back in my day. This definition was agreed on by the International Astronomical Union in 2006. It remains controversial. Yeah, because people were just used to Pluto being considered a planet, but it really didn't fit the definition. Rocky planet, a planet having a rocky surface like Earth's, also called terrestrial planet. 6, we have 2 more. Solar system, a star, and the objects that orbit it. Solar means sun. Our solar system includes the sun, known to scientists as Sol, the 8 planets, and their moons. Our solar system also includes asteroids, comets, dwarf planets, and planetoids. A year is the period of time it takes a planet to complete one revolution around its stars. Slide 7. Go to explorelearning.com. The site should remember your username and password. If not, find it in the email I sent you around September 14th. In email, you can search Gizmo, and it will probably be the bottom one. Once you get into your Gizmo account, launch the solar system Gizmo. So if I go to my email and I search Gizmo, so on the top here, I click Gizmo or Gizmos, and all these emails come up. And if you look, let me see if I move this over a little bit. When I get down by over here, it says September 14th. Here I have all these emails that I sent out on September 14th because I emailed every 5th grader. Here's a whole nother page of them. I emailed every 5th grader their username and password. So unless you deleted that, that should be there. If you absolutely can't find it, let me know. But also, like I said, the site should remember you. So if I click here, and the link pops up, I go to Explore Learn, I get to explorelearning.com, I go to Login, Enroll, and see it remembers who I am. I'm going to try to go in as my test one. And I remember what that one is. And I click Login. And what should pop up? I don't want to save that one. What should pop up? Here's the one we did already. Seasons. Do we have them? You should have done that one already. If not, that was lesson 3. And then here's solar system. And I'm just going to click launch. And if you look, I could click here to launch it or here. But I'm going to click launch. And then what I suggest you do, one of the main reasons we do gizmos is it's just fun. So have a little fun with them. All right. Right away, I would play around with it. What do I have? I have tools. What are my tools? I can take a screenshot. So if I'm doing something and I want to share something with Mr. Springer, I could take a screenshot of it and throw it into my slides. I can have the arrows. Drag an arrow into the tools palette to activate it. So if I click an arrow, let's see. Drag the arrow icon from the tools palette to activate it. There, I had to click and drag. So there, now I have an arrow to use. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. All right. I don't know how to get rid of it, but help button seems helpful. Sound. No sound. Sound. Probably want sound on. All right. What else do I have? I have an orbit tab that I'm on. I have a size tab. Distances not to scale. Yep, I know that they're not that close to each other. All right. Orbit. What else do I have? I have this tells me about the sun. Oh, it's a pull down. I can go to Mercury, Venus. All right. What do we have here? Oh, if I go over these, it tells me who they are. That's the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. What do I have over here? Controls. I can put this play button. Oh, they start going around. That can pause it. That reset it. month 10, day 2. That's today. This is October 2nd, 2020. Okay. Oh, I can control the speed. Medium. Oh, let's check out very fast. This is fun. Like I said, play around with it. Whoa! How come Earth wasn't moving? Oh, that's because I only went one day. Show orbits. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Go. No. I don't know why Earth isn't moving. Because it's, look at the years are clicking by. Very fast is too. Let's see if I can make Earth move. There, Earth's going. I broke Earth for a minute there, guys. Sorry. Though I like fall, so we could be stuck here. That wouldn't bother me so much. All right. Now. So I reset it. Now it's back to today, October 2nd, 2020. Okay, let's go back. I'm done playing around. And so it says, I already did all that. So Gizmo warm up. On the solar system, Gizmo, check that the orbit tab is selected. At first, you can only see the inner planets. Notice how this is gray? That's because inner planets is one of our vocabulary words. So when I don't know a word that's gray, that's going to help me out. The distance of the planets to the sun are to scale, but size are not. Okay. So let me go back to my gizmo. Make sure I have orbits. So this is the correct distance from the sun, but the size of everything isn't, because the sun, to be that size, the planets, we couldn't even see them. All right. Oh, I didn't play with this, did I? Okay, that zooms in a little closer. Negative zooms in, or is it zooming out? That's as far as I can go, so. It was zooming in. All right. So let me go back to my slides. I've done all this. So I'm going to go to the next slide. Move the cursor over each planet to learn its name. What are the 4 inner planets? So take my cursor. I think I did this before. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. So click here. I'm going to make mine blue. Oop, I don't want the background blue, Mr. Springer. I want the typing blue. Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These planets are called rocky planets because their surfaces are rocky. Click the negative button, upper right, 3 times to zoom out. What are the names of the 4 outer planets? So I'm going to go back. The negative button, 1, 2, 3. Was it 3 times? I better go look. 3 times. So I'm coming back. Now, there's Mercury, Venus. So they're Earth, Mars. So they're Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Come back. Maybe change the color, text color. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are called gas giants because they are essentially huge balls of gas. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. They're planets, but they're really just humongous balls of gas. Before 2006, while Pluto was still considered a planet, people used this saying to remember the 9 planets' names. My very excellent mother just sent us 9 pizzas. I think this is why people are mad that Pluto's not a planet anymore, because now this doesn't help them. M, Mercury, V, Venus, E, Earth, M, Mars, J, Jupiter, S, Saturn, U, Uranus, N, Neptune, P, pizza. Come up with a new sentence to help remember the 8 planet names in order. So you're going to use M, V, E, M, J, S, U, N as starting letters. I'm not going to do one because I don't want to stifle your creativity.